Alrighty, we're going to be installing a outside light here using MC cable in a weatherproof box. Here in the country I was born in, we use 12 American wire gauge on 20 amps, 14 American wire gauge on 15 amps. Black is live, white is neutral, the bare or the green is the ground. Red and blue are also live colors. However, you may find white live on a 110, 120 volt switch loop or on a 220, 240 volt circuit where the appliance does not require a neutral. So I'll show you how to install this outside light using MC cable. Okay, so we'll put our MC cable into a MC cable connector here, and it will go into the back of our box like this here. And we have to put our anti-short bushing in to prevent our wires from getting shorted out against the metal, the sharp edges of the cable here. So we'll stick it in here like this. Let's push it down in there nice and flat like this. Get it down in there nice and flat. Now I like to take a little electrical tape and put it around here to help hold our bushing in place. And we'll stick our MC cable into our box and make sure our screw goes into the metal and not the wires. So I'll push in on it like that. Okay, so now we can take, the box comes with a green screw in it here, so we're going to get we have our ground wire stripped here a little bit. So I'll get it in here. Well, if something's not going to cooperate, it's not going to cooperate. So you know what? You don't get frustrated. You don't get all upset. You don't carry on. You just make it go, that's all. I just strip it down further. There we go, we got it around our green screw here. Get it nice and tight. Okay, we'll have our black and white wires. We'll keep them over on this side. Okay, now we can put our bracket in here. What I would really like to do is get these 1032 screws to fit, but if you know what, if you can't, you can't. You don't get upset. You just accept the fact they're not going to go, and you just use the 832s. Okay, this one's going to fit up here. So we're going to put one here. I have to force this over a little bit there to make it go where it's got to go. This one in over here. Okay, so we have our green screw that goes up here on this yoke. So we'll put it on in here. Bring it up here. Get it around our green screw here. And unfortunately, we're getting the insulation under there, and we don't want that. I hate flathead screws. Just hate them. But you know what? That's what they have, so you just do what you can. Okay, so we'll get all our wires over here on this side. And we'll get our fixture out. This is our gasket. You gotta put it in here. Okay, so we'll hook our ground wire up. We'll wrap our strands. Get our insulation down at the bottom there, get them even like that, get our strands even like this, put our wire nut on. Okay, we'll do the same with our white and our black. I stripped these wires back to so we get the strands wrapped around our solid wires evenly. So we get our insulation even at the bottom like this. Wrap our strands around solid wire like this. Make sure the copper is even at the top and the insulation is even at the bottom. Stick our wire nut on. Make sure insulation goes up into the bottom of the wire nut. We'll do the same with our black wire here. Wrap our strands around our solid wire like this here. Make sure our copper is even at the top and our insulation is even at the bottom like this. Put our wire nut on. Okay, so we got our fixture all wired into our box, and now we can just fold our wires down into our box where we want them. Okay, we'll make sure our screws aren't not going to hit the wires down in here where the wires come through. So now we'll take our fixture, we'll set it on our box, make sure our gasket fits on here the way we want it to. Make sure we don't get our wires pinched underneath that bracket there. Make sure our gasket is going all the way around our box here. It's centered. There it is. It's nice and snug. Now this will be on the ceiling pointing down like this. And these lights are all adjustable like this. You can loosen this to turn the lights to different directions. And you can loosen this nut to turn this whatever direction you want it. But this is going to be up on a ceiling facing down, so we have to have these buttons facing down. And we're going to have it pointing towards the front, and these two lights pointing out towards the sidewalk, and one pointing down towards our entryway. So now we're ready to go outside and put this up through the ceiling. So we're going to be taking power out of this exit light here. So I'll have to pop this open. And we'll have to unscrew it from the box here. So this is a right angle MC cable clamp here, and we're going to stick it in here like this. Okay, so we have our MC cable here. We'll put our anti-short bushing in here like this. Make sure it's seated down all the way. We'll open up our clamp here. We'll lift this top up like this, stick our wires down in. This is the one that goes out to our light. And we'll put our cable in like that. We'll just tighten it down like this. We gotta get one close to our box here. get upset, you don't frustrate. I'll give it one more shove, and if it doesn't go, it's not going to go. You don't get upset about it. If something doesn't go, well, it went. Otherwise, I would just pounded a nail in there and just pull the screw out and pound a nail. And not get frustrated. Never get frustrated. But fortunately it went in, so that's a good thing. Okay, so now we'll stick our other one in to go down to our switch for our outside light. This is snaps in, it has little barbs on the side there. And we'll stick a bushing in here just for a good measure. Slide it in. It's not going to go, you don't get frustrated, you just put the backs, they're all nice and even here. There they are. Push it in. Oh, hear the little barbs snap in there. So now we'll start putting our straps on. Well, I don't care. Don't get upset. Grab another one. One. Get another one over here. Okay, and we have our handy box, and we popped our fitting on here already, so we'll take our MC cable cutter here. So this is our MC cable cutter. We'll open this little thing up here. We'll put it in here like this. And we'll tighten it up. Like this, so it gets in the slot where we want it to go. And we'll just take our crank and just turn it like this. It didn't go through. We have to open it up again. Back where our mark was. There we go. And we'll just try again. We'll just keep turning and turning. There, it starts turning freely. So then you unscrew this here. There we go, it popped open. You just pull it off like this here. There's the first coat. Okay, so we'll just cut off our sharp edges here like this. There we go. Okay, so we'll stick our anti-short bushing in here like this. So just get a little extra protection. These push-in fittings have a built-in bushing, but I like to add another one just to be on the safe side, like get it in all the way there. We'll clip our wires down shorter here. And we'll slide our box onto here. Plastic's just going to get knotted up, so you just take it off. Make sure our bushing is in all the way here. Push it up in. Here, little barb snap in there. Now we can screw our box onto the wall. Put a nice big heavy screw here. Another one up here. I'll use one to drill a hole for our green screw here, because if our green screw fits, we're going to have to put one in here and find our box. Put another one screw here. I'm busy.
I got something for you.
Oh, can you wait about 45 minutes?
I gotta give it to you now, bud.
Oh, I'm making a video.
Me too.
What?
I need you to be in this one.
Oh, you're gonna have to wait.
Okay, I'll wait right here.
Okay, so we'll hook our switch up. We'll have to go get a ground screw. Let's see if it fits. Yep, it's going to fit. So now we'll strip our ground wire here. So, strip our ground wire. Okay, so we're going to get our ground wire around our green screw here. So we'll loop it so it goes around our green screw. The direction our screw turns. Tighten it up by hand here. Now this is an example of where a white wire will be live, so we're going to have to take some of our red electrical tape and we're going to have to remark this white wire. So we're going to cut our wires a little bit shorter here, so we're going to go a little too long. Now this is a twist and lock type connection, so we're not going to take too much insulation off of our black and white. We have to put our green wire around the green screw, so we have to take more off of that. So according to the NEC, we have to use our red tape and remark this white wire live. So we're going to take some tape and we'll just wrap it around here just to remark this white wire live. So first we'll put our ground wire around our green screw. You could always put your wire around the screw the direction your screw turns here. I hate how they make you use a flathead screwdriver because the Phillips keeps hopping like a bunny rabbit, but it is what it is. There's our green on our green screw and bonded to our box and no insulation pinched under the screws. So now we'll put, it doesn't matter which time I put the black and the white on. Make sure it's nice and tight. And this is our white wire, which is remarked red to let another person know it's live. Make sure it's nice and tight. Now I don't want to hit this back of the connector with this one screw, so I'm going to take one out. So we're going to fold our wires in so they go in without pinching on anything here. The ground wire over here. I shape my wires so they don't pinch into anything here. And I'll shorten this one so that we don't hit the connector where the wires come in. Alrighty, here in the country I was born in, down is off, up is on. If you put your switch in upside down, it would say no. So now we're ready to go up and hook our exit light back up. Okay, so first we'll get all our ground wires together here and we'll bond our ground to the box. So we have So we'll cut this here. Okay, so we'll get our ground wires twisted together here. Well, they're all uneven, so you know what? You just go back to ground zero. There we go. We got them all nice and even. We're going to cut them so they're all even on the end here. We'll count, make sure all 4 wires are even on the end. We'll stick our wire nut on here. Okay, there's all our ground wires together. Okay, so we have our black feed wire. So we go to our white switch wire here. And we got to remark our white wire live again with our red tape. So now the black one coming back from our switch is going to go to the black one that goes up to our light. Okay, our insulation even at the bottom here. We'll twist them so they're even. And we'll clip them so they're even here. Okay, so now we can fold our black one from the switch going back up to our light, which is the switched live wire here. Get it behind this ground wire so it's back out of the way a little bit better here. Okay, now we have our whites. They're going to be going to our neutral for the outside light, which is controlled by the switch, and the white for our exit light. Their insulation even at the bottom here. Systems are all nice and even here. And we'll clip it so our wires are on the inside. And this is our hot wire here. These are our 2 hot wires. Okay, so we're gonna make a tail here. And we'll twist it in here so it comes in nice and even here. All three of our wires are nice and even. Put our wire nut on. Now I hold this tail so the wires stay even inside the wire nut. Okay, so now we'll fold this into our box here. Get it where we want it to go. I don't want to be forced anywhere, so we're going to make sure we don't pinch anything. So now we'll stick these wires through into the back of our exit light and we'll hook them up. Off our wire, or live wire there. Okay, I'm going to just make sure these screws aren't going to hit anything, and they're not. No, it would be a miracle if I can find my screws. I have another hole right here. Making sure my wires are pinched back here. Okay, so now we're ready to hook our exit light back up. So this is our white neutral here. And we'll restrip this. Clip this back a little bit. I'll restrip it. I'll get it nice and long here so we get a nice wrap around our solid wire up here. Wrap our strands around our solid wire like this. And we'll take our orange wire nut and see how it's all nice and even at the end here. That's what I want. Take our wire nut, just twist it on. Make sure it's nice and tight. Our insulation's up in the wire nut. Okay, so we can fold our wire up into the box here like this. Now we'll take our live black and our new remarked white wire that we made live. twist them together, get them even on the bottom here like this. And we'll just clip them so it's nice and even here. And we'll strip our black wire, which is live, and I'm going to clip this off here. I'm going to strip it nice and long here, like this, so that we get, because we have a lot of wire here, and we're going to get our insulation even on the bottom here. I'm going to twist our strands together here a little bit. And what I'm going to do is, since this is live, I'm going to twist it in with my pliers here. Getting my strands even at the end here. Hey, I got it perfect. Our strands are even up here at the end. And we'll just stick our wire nut on. We're going to make sure insulation's even at the top. Our copper's even on the end. We'll stick our wire nut on, make sure all our conductors are going up inside that bottom of that wire nut there. And we can fold these wires in like this, get them up out of our way here. And this is the red wire. This is if you're hooking it up to 277, so we're leaving our wire nut on that, and we're not using that because it's only if it's going to be for 277, and then we would be capping off the black one. So we have all our wires back out of our way. Nothing's going to be pinched here. So now we're ready to stick our cover back on. And there's our outside light on. Turn it off. And now when I turn it back on in about 10 seconds, we'll work with the motion sensor. Okay, you can see the outside light on. Alrighty, thanks for watching. That is how to install a outdoor security light here in the country I was born in, using a MC cable from an exit light to the light, and then from the exit light to a switch. Peace. Thanks for watching.